On the November edition of Collier Highlights, Commissioner Fred Coil receives a fitting tribute. Collier Area Transit wins another award. A glimpse of a guided museum tour. And we'll update Collier Boulevard improvements. These stories and more now on Collier Highlights. This November, Commissioner Fred Coil will end his 13 years of service to Collier County. In November 2001, Governor Jeb Bush appointed Mr. Coil to the position of Collier County Commissioner, representing District 4. Commissioner Coil was subsequently elected by a landslide vote in 2002 to a regular 4-year term and was unopposed in the 2006 election. At the October 14th Board of County Commissioners meeting, Commissioner Georgia Hiller made the following motion.
Commissioner Coil has been a tremendous public servant, and I gave a great deal of thought. You know, we've recognized many who have worked for the county and who have served the county in elected office, but few have done as much for this community as Fred Coil. So I had heard a lot of rumblings in the community about different ways of recognizing him, and one seemed to me to be most fitting, and that is to name the Freedom Park after him. And so with that, I make a motion that we rename Freedom Park Fred Coil, the Fred Coil Freedom Park.
That motion was unanimously approved, and on Wednesday, October 29th, a crowd gathered at the Freedom Park for the official dedication. State Senator Kathleen Pasadoma presented a proclamation from the State Senate that highlighted Fred Coil's service to Collier County.
Whereas Fred Coil has spent his life dedicated to the service of his country and community, especially the last 13 years as a Collier County Commissioner, and whereas Fred Coil has helped shape our community as one of the principal architects of the county's plan to more effectively manage growth, and whereas the county's growth management plan is widely considered one of the most effective in Florida, having received national acclaim, and whereas Fred Coil has been committed to reducing government spending, finding more efficient ways to provide essential services to our community, and whereas Fred Coil, a Vietnam War veteran, led the campaign to develop Freedom Park, honoring the members of our armed forces and uniformed services who protect our lives and freedoms. And whereas Fred Coil, a dedicated public servant, served in the City of Naples Council, writing one of the toughest ethics ordinances in the state. Now, therefore, be it respectfully proclaimed that it is a distinct pleasure to honor and congratulate Fred Coil for his outstanding achievement of 13 years as a Collier County Commissioner, and he is hereby commended for his dedication and service to the community.
The man of the hour showed his customary humility when he came to the podium.
I really do appreciate what all of you have done, the council or the commission members, Mayor Sori, Representative Pasadoma, Murray Hendel. You've said a lot of very, very nice things about me, but I want to continue to thank those people who have made whatever I have done possible. Murray, you and the Citizens Alliance, I want to thank from the bottom of my heart. I never expected any recognition for anything I did here, because I didn't do it alone. There are lots of people, many of them here, others who are not, who made these things possible. This park, the Freedom Memorial, those are the people that I share this honor with. But I do appreciate sincerely the vote by the Board of County Commissioners to approve this. Yes, I knew that Murray was suggesting this sometime in advance, but I never expected that it would happen. I never expected we would get unanimous support on the Board of County Commissioners, and so I was very pleasantly surprised and very grateful for what the board has done. So thank you very much. Like General MacArthur, I believe that old soldiers should just fade away. I'm going to do my best, but I hope that I'll have a chance to see all of you from time to time. Thank you very much.
We here at Collier Highlights congratulate Commissioner Fred Coil for his service and dedication to Collier County, and welcome new District 4 Commissioner Penny Taylor, who will join the Commission at the November 18th meeting. What features would you like to see included in the design of the Big Corkscrew Island Regional Park? That's what the Parks and Recreation staff asked the second public input meeting on Thursday, October 30th at Max Hass Community Park. Parks and Recreation staff believe public input is essential to creating a park that residents will use and enjoy for years to come.
Almost every park we build in the system has playgrounds, has walking paths. Usually there's a lake that, because of water management requirements. Some of the things that we're interested more specifically is this will be a regional park, so there will be a draw from a wider area, and we have the opportunity to put in some kind of signature feature. We're not sure what that will be yet. It could be a gymnasium, it could be a little league complex, it could be an aquatic center. So those are the kind of conversations we're interested in fleshing out with the community. The results that we can share from September 30th are very, very strong desire from the community for a community center and for soccer and multi-purpose playing fields, as well as an interactive water feature and jogging and walking trails. So those are features that we've already gotten very strong public input on. We feel that those will definitely be in the park, but that won't take up all the acreage. Might take up all our money, but it won't take up all our acreage, so there's still a conversation to be had.
Big Corkscrew Island Regional Park is located at 825 39th Avenue Northeast off of Oil Well Road. The park is home to a 90-acre lake adjacent to 59 acres of land. Staff plans to present a conceptual plan to the Board of County Commissioners in early 2015. Collier Area Transit continues to make great strides in becoming an industry leader in public transportation. CAT hosted the 40th Annual Florida Public Transit Association Conference on Sunday, October 26th through Tuesday, October 28th at the Naples Grand Beach Resort. The three-day conference brought Florida's transit industry professionals together to learn, share, and explore new public transit trends. CAT also won the award for Outstanding Transit System for the state of Florida. We spoke with Michelle Arnold, the director of the newly named Public Transit and Neighborhood Enhancements Department, about a few of their exciting accomplishments.
The conference will have a number of sessions that are put on, providing information to the transit agencies, addressing issues that we from time to time are involved in. It could be ranging from Americans with Disabilities Act and making things accessible within our community. It also ranges into the technology side of it, looking at ways that we can better provide service to our customers, as well as just getting information for the system and making sure it runs more efficiently. We are doing quite well. Our ridership is stable. We're still over 1 million in ridership, but we are, our revenues are boosted, and I think a lot of that is attributed to the electronic fare boxes and the technology that we installed on our system about a year ago. So it's producing good returns for the investment that we've made. We have, obviously, you all know that we opened up our transfer station. It's been a year and running. It's running smoothly. We're in the process, just broke ground at doing some construction over at our Radio Road location, and what we're trying to do there is make it ADA accessible, make it more of a transfer station and our operations, because, as you know, that used to be an old car dealership, and now we've finally accrued all of the funding that we needed to make the improvements at that particular facility, so we're excited about what's going on there. We are getting ready to do some modifications on our routes that are going to be effective January of 2015, as well as implement a new route, and it's going to be providing service along Collier Boulevard, which we currently don't have service, and along Immokalee Road between 951 Collier Boulevard and Airport Road. So we're excited about that. We're going to be providing service to a lot of those retail establishments along there. There's Walmart, there's Target, The Social Security office is over there. Hodges University is over there. So there's a lot of services that we're going to be providing transportation to. Alternative transportation modes is who we used to be called, and a lot of times folks were a little bit confused about what that was, and we only really are responsible for one of the modes, which is transit. We changed our name so it better serves the public, so they better understand what services we do provide. We're not changing the services that we provide. We just wanted to have a name that reflects the services, and now we are public transit and neighborhood enhancement. So the public transit side is CAT and all of the wonderful things we're doing to provide access to our workers and visitors in the community, and the neighborhood enhancement side is our municipal service taxing units, which it's where communities tax themselves to do various projects.
For more information on CAT, call 252-7777 or go to colliergov.net. October was the month that Domestic Animal Services officially went to the dogs in a big way. The first of two major initiatives was the reduced price of $10 for all dog adoptions for the month of Dogtober. A member of the public made the campaign possible due to a generous donation of $20,000.
The promotion's been a great success. We've increased adoption numbers this month considerably versus last year. At this time, a lot of dogs are finding their forever homes, and of course we have this generous donor to thank for such a great promotion. Without her, this wouldn't be possible.
The Immokalee Animal Shelter is now offering additional services to the Immokalee community.
Immokalee can now adopt animals, they can surrender owned animals, they can drop off stray pets and reclaim lost pets as well, something that previously they had to drive all the way to Naples to do. So it's going to be a lot more convenient for the folks of Immokalee. Additionally, hopefully a lot of these homeless animals will find their forever homes.
Located at 405 Sergeant Joe Jones Road, the Immokalee Animal Shelter is open from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. Adoption hours are from 12:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. and the shelter is closed daily from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Two major improvement projects to Collier Boulevard are proceeding on schedule. The first project, currently under construction, is at the intersection of Collier Boulevard and US 41. The two-year project is now entering the halfway point, moving from the utility phase to the road construction portion. The busy intersection needed a significant overhaul.
The major goal of the intersection is to realign the intersection. The intersection, as was a year ago, was skewed angle. Traffic, as they travel north-south, were almost heading toward each other. It was ranked high on crashes, so we were trying to correct the crash history and improve the alignment of the intersection so traffic in the north-south direction can move smoothly.
The project is scheduled for completion in fall of 2015. Just a few miles up the road, plans to widen Collier Boulevard from 4 lanes to 6 lanes are moving ahead.
The Collier project, which starts at Green Boulevard and extends north for approximately 2 miles to Golden Gate Boulevard, is a major widening project which will add a lane in each direction. Essentially, currently it is 4-lane boulevard. When we're complete with construction, it'll be a 6-lane, similar to what we've done north of Golden Gate Boulevard, where north of Golden Gate Boulevard was a 4-lane roadway, and it became 6-lane. And also Davis south to US 41, Collier was a 4-lane and became 6-lane with a major widening. This is an extension of those projects.
The project has been sent out to bid and will require approval from the Board of County Commissioners. The Growth Management Division wants you to know the codes when it comes to doing work in and around your home. Did you know that Chapter 105 of the Florida Building Code says that you must have a permit in order to replace a water heater in any multi-dwelling structure or any commercial building? Be it a strip mall or a high-rise condominium, when you need to replace your water heater, you will need a permit prior to the work beginning and an inspection once it's complete. Whether you look in the Yellow Pages or use Google, look for a licensed bonded plumbing contractor and start the process. Now it's up to you to make sure your contractor pulls the permit before the work begins. If your project requires electrical work, you do not need an extra permit.
We are allowing that to be done under the plumbing permit by a licensed electrical contractor with no additional fees or inspections. When the plumbing inspector comes to see the water heater is installed, they check that.
If you want more information about a water heater permit or any kind of permit, call the Growth Management Division at 252-2400. Collier County Museums is now offering expanded hours of operations and group tours by appointment. We took part in a group tour as museum patrons journeyed back in time through more than 1 million years of Southwest Florida history. Established in 1978, the Collier County Museum preserves and interprets the history, archaeology, and development of Southwest Florida's last frontier. The group explored the museum's 5-acre historical park at the County Government Center in Naples. We spoke with a patron who experienced the museum on a group tour for the first time.
I absolutely recommend this. If you live in Collier County and you think it's just about the beaches, fishing, golfing, I mean, it is, but there is so much more. It's like having the universe at your doorstep and you just think that it's about golf. So I highly recommend it to anybody, and you don't have to take the group tour. You can come and look around yourself because the exhibits are so educational and so well planned out, laid out, and scripted out that that's great. But then if you take the tour with someone that knows it all, then you get a lot of the fill in the blanks, a lot of fill in the gaps of things that you just can't write everything on a plaque. They've tried and they've done a fantastic job, but still, with a good tour guide, there is still so much more.
To schedule a guided tour or learn more about the museums, go to colliermuseums.com or give them a call at 252-8476. Whenever you have work done that requires a contractor, make sure he is licensed to do work in Collier County. Contractor Licensing Supervisor Mike Osorio lists the advantages of using a licensed contractor.
Well, when you hire a licensed contractor, you hire someone that has the experience, you have someone who has the general liability and has the workers' comp. You also have the ability to file a complaint. You also have a complaint with the state of Florida with the recovery fund. So if there's some damages on your house or your home, you can file with the state or the county, and the county can bring charges against the contractor.
Now, if you want to make sure the contractor you're hiring has a good record, all you have to do is make a call.
Every month, I usually have some meetings with association managers, and we go over how to file a complaint, how to check a contractor, and we always get homeowners give us a call on the phone and basically says, hey, listen, I want to check a contractor, and we check their permit history, we check their fees, we check if there's any kind of code violations, we check the state level and the local level, so these consumers can make a good decision.
If you have any questions about hiring the right contractor, call 252-2400 and ask for contractor licensing. You may be seeing more 3 feet it's the law stickers in Collier County this season. It's a bicycle safety campaign designed to make sure motorists and cyclists can safely share the road.
The 3 feet it's the law stickers are something that's in place to protect the cyclist and also the motorist. It gives 3 feet from the right or the left of the cyclist to the vehicle, so it's a nice safe passing distance.
But it's not enough for motorists to follow the law. Cyclists must do the same as well.
They actually are bound by the same law as a motorist. They need to act as a motorist if they are on the roadway, so stopping at stop signs, also stopping at stop signs within the city of Naples, putting their foot down on the road once they get to the stop sign or the intersection, and they act as a motor vehicle. They need to abide by the same laws and the same rules of the road, and riding on the same side, riding with traffic is very important for cyclists.
For more bicycle safety information, go to floridabicycle.org. We've all seen the little flags that indicate that there is some kind of water pipe, electrical line, or television cable under the ground in an area where someone is going to dig. Hopefully, you've also seen the Call Before You Dig program that instructs you to call 811 before you dig. Collier County's Utilities Locate Division responds to those 811 calls to find and mark underground utilities. We spoke to Technical Support and Logistics Manager for Public Utilities, Irene Johnson, about how the locate process works.
811 is a great program. It's mandated by Florida State Statute 556, and basically it's a program through the state that mandates anytime you're going to dig in the earth, you need to make sure you call 811. And what that does is it notifies anybody in the area that has a utility where you're going to be digging that you're going to be digging there, so they can come out and mark what's going on so that you can be careful not to hit a gas line or a water line or something like that. The people that use the locates the most are landscapers, because we do a lot of landscaping here in Southwest Florida, so anytime that you're potting plants or doing things with trees, you're digging, so you need to call. The second person is anybody doing excavation. So you see it in our road projects, you see it when anybody's building new houses, but even as a homeowner, you need to be aware, because if you've got a fence going in on your property and your contractor's going to be digging, they still need to use 811.
Once a call comes in, the process of locating the underground utilities is a complicated three-part process.
Locating underground utilities is a little tricky for water and wastewater because they're underground and you can't see them. And we have about 1,100 miles of water pipeline and about 900 miles of wastewater pipeline. So to locate them, we use something called a ground penetrating radar, which is, it looks a lot like a lawnmower. And you take that device and we think of it like a pipe finder, or if you guys are familiar with your with a boat, we call it a fish finder. And basically it goes and says pulses out, and it will show you in a bump on a graph if there's any pipes underground. So we're able to use that. We also use blueprints. So the guys scale off of the blueprints and they measure off to find where they are. And then we use what we call visual cues. So for example, over here we have a fire hydrant. A fire hydrant is a visual cue that there's a water line very close by. You may see air release valves, or you'll see other things, lift stations. Those type of things are things that also help us reference where pipes are underground.
The different colored flags represent different utilities. For example, blue is potable water, while red is power related. The flags all have the number 252-5924 on them, which is the number to call if you have any questions about locate flags or if you have accidentally removed flags. Utilities Locates also want you to know that the flags will be picked up once the job is complete. Did you know that any vehicle for hire must be licensed in Collier County? You can make sure the vehicle you hire for service in Collier County is properly licensed by looking for the appropriate sticker located on the front windshield and rear window of the vehicle. You can also contact the Growth Management Division to verify the license.
Call 252-2400, and that takes you right into the Growth Management Division, and you can ask for the licensing department. Now, also, the stickers and the cards, they are produced by Collier County, and they are hole punched and dated. So if our investigators or police officers, if they were to see that that vehicle was marked and they were providing these services and the sticker was out of date, at that point the driver would be approached or the company would be approached.
Once again, that number is 252-2400. You can also use that number to file a complaint or go to colliergov.net. Now let's take a look at some upcoming meetings and events for the month of November. All county offices and non-essential services will be closed on Tuesday, November 11th for Veterans Day. The Board of County Commissioners will hold their only meeting in November on Tuesday, November 18th at 9 a.m. in the board chambers on the 3rd floor of the Administration Building on the corner of US 41 and Airport Road. At 2 p.m. on Tuesday, November 18th at the South Regional Library, the fall film series will feature American Hustle, directed by David O. Russell and starring Christian Bale, Amy Adams, and Bradley Cooper. The Code Enforcement Board will meet on Friday, November 21st at 9 a.m. in the board chambers on the 3rd floor of the Administration Building. All county offices and non-essential services will be closed to celebrate Thanksgiving on Thursday and Friday, November 27th and 28th. Sun and Fun Lagoon will be open during the Thanksgiving break. The park will be open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Wednesday, November 26th, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, November 28th through 30th. Now, if you want to review all or part of any county commission meeting, visit colliergov.net and click on the Video Archive section. Once in the Archive section, select the meeting you want to review. For BCC meetings, you can use the convenient drop-down menu to select and jump to any item you're interested in. For additional information on Collier County government, visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/CollierGov. You can also check out videos about county government services at the Collier Gov YouTube channel. That's all we have on this edition of Collier Highlights. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.